Oh God, it smells horrible. No, why did I do that?
All right, so my name's Michael.
I'm Nathaniel, and I'm not looking at the camera like I said I would. Yeah, so welcome to our channel, which is yet to be named, but it'll have a name by the time we post it.
Yep.
Mike already has a channel. He is the librarian of magic.
Yep.
He does a lot of Disney and Disney-related stuff, which involves Star Wars.
Yep.
Which is an interest to both of us. Trying to find a good place on the couch here. As you can tell, I personally am new to YouTube. The only video on YouTube I actually have is if you ever look up the video Nathaniel Goes Boom, you will see you will see a video of me grievously hurting my shoulder while entertaining teenagers. But otherwise, I got nothing going on. So our channel, our channel, co-channel. What I wanted to focus on was something that we care about. We care about just culture in general. Mike and I both have experience in learning about and being in cultures outside of America.
Mm-hmm.
And we like that. We like cultural diversity.
Yep.
I've spent some time in Japan. I speak a little Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've studied some languages. I have a degree in linguistics, so I've studied a lot of different languages. I
gotta say, it's kind of funny when you trip over saying that you studied linguistics.
Well, doesn't mean you're good at language.
I know.
Or that you know any either. But it means that I have exposure to languages. I did spend time studying some Arabic in school. That was kind of where I spent most of my focus and time, studying the cultures and languages of the Middle East and North Africa. I'm not fluent by any means, but I've spent a little bit of time in the Arabian Peninsula and have had plenty of friends from across the Middle East and North Africa, and have some experience with some of those cultures. But I'm also interested in all kinds of other languages and cultures too.
Yeah.
Just like seeing what's going on in the world. Languages and foods and customs and all of that kind of fun stuff. And also, I think one thing that we're interested in too is just sharing cultures back and forth, the cultural exchange of it all.
Oh, absolutely.
Us sharing our culture and
absolutely,
and learning from everybody else's culture.
And I think that comes from both of us kind of have the heart of educators. We like sharing information with people. And admittedly, I would say that Mike and I aren't necessarily average Americans, but then again, as I get older in life, I'm not even sure exactly what an average American is.
True.
Because
but we are Americans.
We are Americans.
And we do live in Middle America.
Yes.
We're in Colorado, so we're not, if you know anything about America, we're not coastal Americans, which is sort of a different thing. Right. We don't live in a major metropolitan area.
They have pretty big extremes.
Yeah, there's different experiences. We don't, and there are lots of regions in the U.S., but we live in a pretty, I don't know what you would say, a pretty standard region. We don't live in the South, we don't live in the Northeast, we don't live on the coasts, we're not from New York, we don't live in LA, which is what a lot of people's perspective about America is.
If you know anything about American politics, we're pretty much what they call a purple state.
Yeah. We're in the middle in geographically, politically,
everything except the weather. It was 70 degrees today, and it's going to drop to 20 overnight, and we're supposed to have snow in the morning.
We'll get snow again, yeah.
So that's where we live. But anyway, that's just a brief introduction. We were scratching our heads as to what we wanted our first video to be, and I texted Mike. I said, I think that the Peeps Pepsi is in our future. Now, for those of you who don't know, who are living outside of America, Peeps are a marshmallow-like Easter candy that are pretty ubiquitous in America around Easter time.
But it's a seasonal thing. Like, you can't always get it all the time.
You can't always get them all the time, I guess, unless you go to the Peeps outlet.
That's true. I mean, I guess if you live near the Peeps mothership,
doing your Peeps tours. I don't even know where they're out of. Maybe we can figure that out today.
I have no idea. But all I know is around here, you get them around springtime, like Easter, Passover, whatever.
Right. So anyway, they're extremely sweet. They're sugar-coated marshmallows. And anyway, Pepsi, the beverage company, decided to make a Peeps-flavored Pepsi for the season. Unfortunately, we found out today that they are not available in stores, and you actually have to get, you have to enter a sweepstakes, and then they send you a 12-pack.
They've made like a limited amount.
They've made a limited number. So, unfortunately, we're not going to subject ourselves or you the experience of Peeps Pepsi, but we got something close because
there are other Peeps products on the market.
Peeps products. So, should I start with the most egregious or the least egregious?
Probably, I don't know.
Okay.
So before we eat any of these or try out any of these things, I have to say, I'm not a fan of Peeps in general. I'm not
a big dessert guy.
I'm generally not either, but there are some sweets that I like, and I actually do like marshmallows, and I like I like the flavor of marshmallow quite a bit, but I don't really like Peeps very much because I don't know. There's like there's a weirdness to it.
There's a weirdness to it.
It's hard to describe, but they're really, really popular.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those seasonal popular things that I've always been able to live without. It's like not...
Yeah.
I don't really understand what the big deal is about it. So, all that to say, I'm going to try to be as objective as I can. That's my goal with tasting these, but I can't promise to be totally... I have a bias, is all I'm saying.
That's fair.
I'm hoping to be pleasantly surprised, but I'm biased against these.
I'll be frank, I'm not expecting to really like any of these, but I fancy myself as being a good descriptivist when it comes to what food tastes like. So for those of you who may be watching this that don't live in the United States and maybe you've never experienced Peeps, you can live a little vicariously through us.
Yeah.
So, I think I'll start with the least egregious. So, first thing that I got, and we're sticking with the Peeps theme, is I got chocolate pudding marshmallow Peeps.
Okay.
So, these are in the shape of rabbits. And for those of you who don't know, one of the reasons that they're called Peeps is because classically they're in the shape of
like little
baby chicks.
Yeah,
baby chickens. So chocolate pudding, that's a pretty normal marshmallow flavor. I think that'll be good.
I mean, you're 2/3 of the way to a s'mores if you got chocolate.
That's a good point.
If they dusted it with grams instead of sugar dusting, then it would be s'mores flavored. I would think.
If we had a torch, we could creme brulee these.
Right. If we sandwiched them in a graham cracker,
yep,
maybe that'd be all right.
No, that's the most egregious. I'm going to save that for last. Okay, next up is Peeps cereal.
I'm pretty skeptical of this one.
So, I'm a little skeptical of this too, because for those of you who may not know, it's pretty common in American breakfast cereals, especially ones geared towards kids, that there are these really little, like, dehydrated marshmallows in with cereal. But usually it's a grain-based cereal that's just kind of a neutral flavor with a sugar coating on it or something.
Lucky Charms is probably the most famous one.
Exactly. Lucky Charms.
It's kind of an oat-based cereal.
This one, however, not only does it have the colored marshmallows, but it has the colored cereal bits on it as well.
They look kind of like Fruit Loops to me.
That's my concern.
But it says here that the cereal is marshmallow flavored.
Oh, goodness.
So it's marshmallow-flavored cereal with marshmallows. And by the way, not that marshmallow is a very natural flavor to begin with, but all of that is artificially flavored marshmallow.
And unless you're getting flavored marshmallows.
I'm imagining that that's going to be very sweet.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
I
never thought to myself, I mean, I'm not, like I said before, I'm not a type of guy who goes out to get Peeps right away, but I've never thought to myself, boy, I wish they'd make a breakfast cereal with Peeps in it.
I don't think I'm going to be that impressed. Okay. And the worst one, the one that we're scared of the most?
I would think so.
Yeah, because this flavor doesn't seem to go with marshmallow for me. Fruit punch.
So these ones are shaped like the little chickens.
These ones are shaped like the chickens.
That's the traditional shape.
But
these don't look great to me.
No. So
we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep an open mind. Maybe I'll like them.
I think fruit punch is a pretty international flavor. I'm sure a lot of people have had drinks or something that they don't taste like a fruit. They just taste like fruit.
Yeah.
So
fruity in nature. They're usually like, there are lots of drinks that you might have heard of or might have had wherever you are, like Hawaiian Punch or certain kinds of Kool-Aid. I don't know what all else, but there are other fruit-based punch companies.
Yes.
That make these kind of drinks. Gatorade would be another one.
Yeah. So
I actually like the flavor of artificial fruit punch, like in Gatorade or Kool-Aid or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's not like my number one favorite, but I think it's okay. It's pretty good. As to how that translates into Peep form,
I don't know.
I'm kind of skeptical.
I don't know about that. All right. So we're going to get this food prepped and we're going to try it for you.
All right.
Got all our food prepared. We got our cereal in our bowl. We decided to start with the cereal first. When we opened these up, there was definitely a strong smell associated with them.
It does smell like marshmallows.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
here goes nothing.
Here we go. Always give it a second bite.
My first impression is it doesn't taste as strong as it smells.
Yeah.
The cereal pieces aren't nearly as sweet as I thought they would be.
Yeah, true.
The marshmallows are exactly what I expected because just like you were saying before, they're exactly like your Lucky Charms or whatever else. They're really, like Nathaniel was saying before, they're really kind of like crunchy. They even stand up to milk for quite a while before they get mushy. So it's not like your normal marshmallows. It's not going to be like the texture of these guys.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, overall, it's not terrible. I'm going to keep eating it more out of a necessity to not waste food than say I really like it.
I don't love it.
I don't love it. It's kind of weird. The cereal kind of reminds me of the taste of King Vitamin. Do you remember King Vitamin?
Yep.
It tastes like King Vitamin, but it feels like there is a bit of a fruity tang to this. Like,
I don't know what that is.
Kind of bordering on citric acid, but like more of the acidity like you get from a strawberry.
I know what you're saying. I don't know what that is because there's no fruit in this that I know of. I think it comes from that artificial marshmallow flavor. Whatever that is, there's like vanilla or something in it that gives it something else.
Almost like a cakey taste. Yeah. So
it tastes overwhelmingly artificial.
Oh, extremely artificial. Which at this point, I'd almost be disappointed if it didn't taste artificial.
But honestly, I've had worse breakfast cereals than this.
Yes.
And for a cereal based around Peeps, which I typically don't buy or enjoy or get excited about, this doesn't really offend me all that much.
No. It almost tastes like, not the Rice Krispie treats, but the similar ones that you make out of like Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
This
like those breakfast marshmallow bar things.
Yeah, it tastes like they just turned that straight into a cereal.
Yeah. Yep, it's just that artificial marshmallow thing. It's not terrible. I thought it was going to be much worse to eat. But I'm not like, if they kept producing this year after year, I would not keep buying it.
Oh, this is the last box I'm ever going to buy. This is the first and the last box I'm ever going to buy.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Just for funsies.
So, while we're talking and finishing stuff up, like to, as I was saying before, Mike and I like to talk about culture. So, let's talk a little bit about Easter.
Okay.
Which, depending on who you can ask, can either be a complex subject or it can't. Yep. So first things first, for those of you who don't know, for those of you who weren't originally from the West or anything, so Easter is originally a Christian holiday.
Yep.
And of course, there are many people who still celebrate it as such. But much like Christmas, other religious holidays, it has become very secularized.
Right.
Which I personally, and I think Mike agrees with me, I neither hold that as good nor bad.
Yeah. But it makes all of the commercial symbols that get associated with Easter very confusing for people who are trying to figure out, people unfamiliar with the holiday that are trying to figure it out. Because sometimes you might inquire with a more religious person, what is Easter about? And they'll tell you their thoughts about Jesus and, the crucifixion of Christ and all of that stuff. And then your immediate thing will be, well, what does that have to do with rabbits and chickens and dying eggs? And the answer is nothing.
People will try to bend over backwards to explain religious symbolism in those things, but let's face it, by this point, that none of that argument really matters. It's just become a different holiday.
Yeah, the rabbits and the chickens and everything like that are just symbols of spring, that there's new life in spring, so the symbols are baby bunnies and baby chicks and things like that. Pastel colors are symbols of spring, so you'll see light blues and light pinks and light yellows. The other secular tradition is about the Easter Bunny, which is basically, if every secular tradition in American holidays will have an excuse for some retail aspect, for buying things, for exchanging gifts, and all that sort of stuff. In the secular sense, Easter is just Christmas part 2, really, in the way a lot of people celebrate it. The Easter Bunny comes and brings gifts just like Santa Claus does. You get an Easter basket full of candy and goodies. And
instead of decorating a Christmas tree, you dye eggs different colors with your family. So
and that's usually where buying this stuff comes in, is people fill up Easter baskets with this kind of stuff.
Candy. So once again, for those of you not from America or not from a Western country. There's just a little bit of background about kind of why Easter is the way that it is and why we're eating marshmallow-flavored cereal on a religious holiday.
And it still might be confusing to some of you, but to be totally honest, it's confusing to a lot of us, too.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
I just kind of roll with it, and I take the parts I like and leave the parts I don't like, just like anything else. So,
speaking of parts I don't like...
Well, let's... Do we want to do bad or good first?
I kind of want to end on the chocolate, because I think I'm going to like the chocolate the best. I could be wrong.
So
that might be a mistake, but...
Here are the Fruit Punch Peeps with dead eyes.
Yeah, from that angle, they probably don't look...
Two hours later.
Definition of their little beaks.
As I get sugar in Mike's keyboard.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So, yeah, those are the Peeps. Oh, God. Oh. I was just thinking, Mike. Oh, the inside's pink, too.
Yeah, of course. These things smell very, very strongly.
Very strongly.
Of that, like, red Kool-Aid, red Gatorade,
yes.
Fruit Punch thing.
I was thinking, unless I decide whether or not my wife's going to kill me, maybe at the end we'll do a peep show. We'll do a peep show.
Boo.
No, it's a thing. It's a thing. The peep show is a thing.
So, yeah, that's what they're... You can see its little beak.
No.
Kinda.
No, I'm not.
Smashed in. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Here goes nothing.
Oh, God. We should go for it.
I do not like this.
No.
This is... First thing...
No. Hold on. I gotta follow my rule. For those of you who know who... Oh, God. Hold on. It kind of sticks with you.
It lingers. This does taste as strongly as it smells.
Oh, my gosh. It's like fruit-flavored battery acid. Okay. Okay. I'm going to follow Andrew Zimmern's rule of don't just judge it by the first try. You're not.
It's horrible. Okay. You can. I don't think your opinion's going to change.
Probably not. So...
Doesn't seem like it's doing much better for you.
I don't know. I'll have to try the other Peep, because it's admittedly been a really long time since I've had a Peep. Mm-hmm. The texture feels wrong.
So, one of the things I'm comparing it to is I'm generally only familiar with original Peeps, which they're yellow in color, and they're just sugary marshmallows. They're not really flavored like anything. This, one of the first things I noticed when I put it in my mouth is it's really tangy.
It's like
sour.
Yeah.
And it's not like pucker sour. It's not like eating a Sour Patch Kid or a lemon or anything like that. But I was expecting it to be overwhelmingly sweet, the way you do when you drink like a Gatorade or a glass of Kool-Aid.
Something.
But it is really tart.
Yeah.
And that tartness together with
the texture, it's
off-putting to me.
It doesn't. The texture's not like a marshmallow. It's almost like a really loose meringue.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's like it's not gelatinous enough. It's really soft.
Yeah,
but not like a marshmallow.
Well, the thing about Peeps, and I think one of the reasons why, even though I really like marshmallows in general, but I don't like Peeps that much, is because they have to put other kinds of like ingredients in these in order to get them to hold their shape, which you don't have to do with a regular marshmallow. Mm-hmm. And I think that it doesn't mess with the taste at all or anything like that, but it gives it this weirder texture because it's being...
Yeah, it probably has to do with the flavoring.
It's just being forced to hold a shape. Ugh. Those are not fun to eat.
All right, well, we're back. I guess free advertising for Totally 80s Pizza.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. No sponsors yet. Subway, call us. No, never Subway. Well, there goes our Subway viewership.
There goes that Subway
All those
money.
Hardcore Subway fans, they're just out of here. Okay. All right. So, on to these puppies now. Which they are not puppies, they are bunnies. Yes. American idioms.
I'm much more optimistic about these.
Oh, yeah. These ones I'm actually kind of looking forward to. Pick your poison.
Chocolate and marshmallow is a thing that works together.
Yeah.
It smells really good. Mm-hmm. It smells like a sugary chocolate, sort of like hot cocoa.
So, in the comments, if you wish, if you're a viewer from another country that does celebrate Easter, either in a religious or a secular fashion, let us know what things are popular in your area around this time of season.
And also, if you're from America, do you like Peeps? And if so, why do you like them? And I know there are a lot of other kind of Peeps flavors. In fact, I know that Peeps have infiltrated other holidays at this point too.
Oh my gosh.
They have gingerbread Peeps at Christmas time and stuff like that now.
That might not.
And I wonder, are there any other flavors for Easter time or any other holidays that people genuinely like that might be better than this experience or not?
Yeah. School.
All right.
Okay. Gotta think on this one.
Yeah. I'm kind of confused by this.
So...
Tastes like chocolate.
Yes. But not enough.
No, it overwhelmingly tastes like sugar. Mm-hmm. It's a sort of a muted chocolate flavor. It's not like a deep... Like if you had something dipped in chocolate, then it would be this deep milk chocolate flavor.
Yeah. It's almost like... It's almost like a... like a mocha without the coffee.
This to me tastes like
or a hot chocolate with really...
That's what I'm getting.
A lot of cream.
This tastes to me like I took a regular marshmallow and dunked it straight into a packet of Swiss Miss hot cocoa mix. And I'm just eating hot cocoa powder on a marshmallow.
I'm kind of relieved to know that the texture of the Fruit Punch Peeps wasn't just for the Fruit Punch Peeps.
It's everyone.
This very much has the same texture.
And like I said, I think it has to do with the fact that they're in shapes and they have to be able to keep their shape.
Yeah.
So it makes it a different texture and consistency than a regular marshmallow.
Yeah. I just may be reinforcing that I'm not a fan of Peeps.
I'm really not either.
I haven't had them in years.
I'm not in love with the texture of them. I will say these I would eat another one of these. I would not eat another one of those. Like if these were hanging out on the table at Easter time, or if I was at somebody's house and they offered these to me, I would eat these. Yeah. I'm not in love with them, but I wouldn't turn them down.
Yeah.
These I would politely decline because they're actively not good. These are inoffensive but not great. These are unpleasant to have.
Yeah, these guys are going to the Peep Show. It's their fault. They must be punished for it.
They're just bad.
Yeah.
If anybody likes fruit punch Peeps,
jeez, why do I keep dropping these things? Yeah, if anybody likes these, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person.
well, I mean, I'd be interested. Like, let me know.
Let us know why.
Because
This is your homework. In a 500-word essay, explain to us
it could
what
just
you
be
appreciate about the flavor profile.
And it could be one of those things of just the Peeps people being like, what other stuff can we turn into Peeps? Fruit punch. That's an easy artificial flavoring to create.
That's just... I'm not on board with that.
So, honestly, one thing I'm shocked about, of these three things that we had, the Peeps cereal is the best
cereal
one.
was the best.
And that's because it's the least like Peeps.
That's probably it. Like, if the cereal were the same texture as Peeps,
that would be heinous. That would be a crime against humanity.
That would be like a meatloaf stew. Just, you like spongy bits in your soup?
No.
Oh, that would be... Yeah, there's a reason that they make the marshmallows small and hard in those cereals, because if they were the same texture as real marshmallows, or even these, just terrible.
You know, wonder if I don't know if they do this at Christmas time or not, but I just realized if you turn this upside down,
it looks like
you get a gingerbread man out of it, and then they could make it gingerbread flavored. They probably do that because it's a money saver. You've already got your bunny-shaped cutout.
I didn't think about that. That's good.
That could be one of those ingenious Peeps factory things.
Right.
If not, Peeps, I got an idea for you.
These are your gingerbread.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this isn't something where we went out of our way to try a number of things that are good.
I think there's probably a lot more flavors of these out there. We just found what there was.
I went for the most uncommon flavors. I could have Mike would have loved this. I could have gone blue raspberry.
Oh yeah, I don't particularly like blue raspberry flavored
So blue
things.
raspberry might have been even worse than the fruit punch for you.
Probably.
I personally don't mind blue raspberry. I like it as a flavor for candy and things.
It's not my favorite.
But as a marshmallow, that would be...
When it comes to artificial fruit things, I tend to like grape probably the best. Mm-hmm. And then I like some other, like apple. I like apple. Mm-hmm. But blue raspberry is not my favorite. I don't actively not like it, but...
It's better the second time.
It's kind of growing on you a little bit?
Yeah, it's...
Or I'll try another
like, now that you know what to expect. Because I was expecting a really strong chocolate flavor based on the smell.
Which kind of disappointed me a little bit because I actually don't think these are terrible. I just wish they were chocolatier.
Yeah.
And if it tasted more chocolatey, I'd actually probably genuinely like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not bad.
All right. Well, I'm not going to ask which one was your favorite.
The Peeps cereal was actually my favorite.
I know. Against all odds.
I actually thought this one was going to be my favorite, and it is kind of a close second.
Yeah.
Because nothing is of these three is as bad as those.
Oh my gosh, this is so bad. So bad. Of course, not objectively bad. Mike and I try to avoid objectivism as much as possible, but...
They're bad in my opinion.
They are, in my opinion.
Some people might really like them. If you really like that sort of artificial fruit punch flavor, but you also... Like, if you drank, like, a red Gatorade, and you thought to yourself, I wish this were tangier and squishy, then you would really love these.
If you drank a Tampico fruit punch and you said, I wish this were a marshmallow, then these are for you.
Yeah. If you want some marshmallowy Easter treats that aren't quite as sweet, that might be for you. Maybe.
Maybe. I couldn't get past it.
It's not great for me either.
Not great. Well...
So that's Peeps. That's a little bit about Easter.
That's Peeps, a little bit about Easter. Next time, we'll come back at you with maybe some more of the same, maybe something different.
Some new fun things.
We're feeling the channel out, kind of deciding what we want to focus on and what we want to do with it.
Yep.
But we'll catch you next time. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You stand accused of treason against Easter. Your punishment is the Peep Show. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh.
I didn't know they did that.
You didn't know they did that?
No.
Yeah, this is the Peep Show. This is what I'm talking about.
Those things are a nightmare, dude.
What the hell is wrong with us?
Ugh.